In today's video, which was highly requested, we're taking a look at my top iPhone 17 Pro cases, which as you can see, there is quite a few here. And when selecting these cases, I did have some criteria that need to be met. So for example, number one, each case has to have MagSafe because by now, for me personally, if a case doesn't have MagSafe, I'm not bothering with it. Number two, it needs to have a dedicated camera control button. And I know what you're going to say, Almir, you don't even use the camera control button, which I don't, but it's 2025 now, and I don't think there is any excuse for a case manufacturer to be putting a cutout instead of some sort of dedicated camera control button, just from a protection standpoint, because damaging that button on the actual phone can cost quite a lot of money to repair. And number three, no-name Amazon brands. All of these cases here are from reputable companies that make quality cases, because last thing I want is a brand that is here today and not tomorrow. So before we get into these cases, a like and a subscribe would go a very long way. And let's check out all these different cases for the iPhone 17 Pro. So we're going to go through all these cases in no particular order. And when it comes to prices, instead of showing you on screen and telling you how much it costs, there'll be links in the description box below, because there's always some sort of discounts and stuff going on. So instead of me telling you the wrong price, you can find the right price in the description box. Starting things off though, with probably the first case that I used on my iPhone 17 Pro, and that was the ESR Classic Hybrid Magnetic case. First of all, it's protective. You've got them reinforced corners to protect you against drops. Second of all, it's got probably one of the best camera protection sections, especially for the iPhone 17 Pro's camera plaque that I've seen. You've got the normal lip that protects the camera, which is great. Then you've got a section which actually goes around the lenses and protects the whole camera plaque on its own. And then a third section is this metal ring that goes all the way around, which does a couple different things. A, it protects the actual camera, or added protection with the metal ring. And B, it actually pulls out to be a stand, so you can use it to put your phone in a portrait or landscape mode, which is a nice little touch. And then on the back, we've got a MagSafe, which does give a surprisingly strong connection. We've got a dedicated camera control button. And overall, it's just a very good protective case for a great price. And I think that's why a lot of people go for ESR products. You get good quality and great value for money. Now we've got the MagBag Elite case. Now this is quite a popular case, and it has quite a few features built into it. So first of all, it's very customizable. So you can customize the colors of the accents, whether it be the grip on the side, the camera surround, the finger loop. So it's got a finger loop as well that it actually hides when you're not using it and doesn't get in the way. You've got a kickstand on the bottom, which was originally on the previous generation at the top next to the camera section, but due to the iPhone 17 Pro's camera plaque, they've had to move it to the bottom, which is not bad placement either. You've got a pinky cushion on the bottom, which of course is for your pinky when you're holding your phone. And overall, this was probably one of my favorite cases for the iPhone 16 Pro last year. I was constantly using it, but I was using it in the black color. Now they've got this new beige cream color, which actually looks really nice. Then on the back, we've got these two telescopic magnets, which do actually come out a little bit when you're trying to attach the phone to a metal surface that isn't completely flat. And as well as them magnets, you've got a bunch of other magnets in the back, as well as magnets for the MagSafe and magnets for the MagBag accessories. Overall, really good case. Next up, we've got the Ptaka Aramid ProGuard case. Now this one is a little bit different. It's got a very nice design on the back because it's got this woven aramid fiber material, and this is the Moonrise color. They've got a bunch of other different color designs on their website. Because it is part of their ProGuard range, you do get that extra protection, which includes the reinforced corners with the raised lip on the corner section for them face down drops. Cutouts perfectly good, buttons work perfectly fine. And speaking of buttons, they've gone for a little bit of a different design when it comes to the camera control button. Doesn't look like the other brands out there, but it still works perfectly fine. Of course, you've still got MagSafe in the back for all of your MagSafe accessories. Really nice case if you're looking for something that's a little bit different with that aramid fiber look on it. Then we've got the Ptaka Ultra Slim case. Now this case is so slim. It's probably one of the slimmest cases I've used on an iPhone. Now it's not going to give you extreme amounts of protection. We all know that. It does go all around the phone. So in terms of drops, you'll probably protect it against slight drops where you would normally scratch the phone. It does have cutouts for the power button, volume control and stuff like that. But surprisingly, for a case this slim, they've actually implemented one of their custom camera control buttons for the camera control, which is nice to see, because it would have been an easy way out for them to just do a cutout for the actual camera control as well. but they decided not to do that. Now this is, I believe, the Sunrise edition. I think they have other colors on their website. You do get a nice bit of protection for the actual camera. And overall, it's a very slim case. If you're after something that's not bulky, that looks nice, but also gives you MagSafe on the back, this is definitely a solid option. Then we've got the Nomad leather case. Now, I'm not a huge fan of leather cases, but I know if I'm going to use a leather case, the Nomad one is my go-to. Quality case and really nice feeling leather on the back, as well as minimal branding on the side, so you don't get no big logos or anything like that. The buttons, which are metal, you got the camera control button and then the cutout, all on point. And just overall, it's not even a thick case when it comes to a leather case. Very minimal and low profile, which I do like, especially when it comes to these kind of cases. So definitely a solid option if you're after a leather case. And then the complete opposite of the Nomad leather case, we've got the Nomad rugged case, which, just as the name applies, it is a very rugged case, but it's not one of them super bulky ones that makes your phone 3 times bigger. Now, the Nomad rugged case gives you extra protection, whether it be around the camera or them raised corners, which are reinforced for that drop protection. You get a raised lip for that front drop protection. And again, cutouts are on point. Buttons, nice metal feeling. And the camera control button is, of course, a dedicated one. So all around, great case. If you're after a rugged case that is quite minimalistic, this one is the black one. They also have it in an orange color as well, which may fit quite nice with the orange iPhone. Definitely a solid option. Now we've got a brand that I haven't personally used before, but it has been requested and mentioned so many times over the years. This is the Rebel Air case, and it's also quite a slim case, very minimalistic, but it does give you a nice bit of protection. Something I do like about this case is you've got this dot pattern going all the way around, which surprisingly gives you so much more grip when you're actually holding the case. You've got nice buttons, dedicated camera control button, and nice cutouts, as well as raised corners on the front for that face down drop protection. Definitely a nice case if you're after something that's minimalistic, but also gives you a nice bit of protection. And then we've got a special mention, and that is the Nomad leather back. Now this one is not a case, but it kind of is a case because it doesn't go all the way around the phone. It just covers the back. And how it actually attaches to the phone is using a MagSafe magnet. You also have these stickers inside the actual case, which you do peel off to give a little bit more attachment to the actual phone. Now, once it's on there, you still have MagSafe strength coming through for your MagSafe accessories, so you don't have to worry about that. And then it does actually give a fair bit of protection for the camera, and that's basically it. When you're holding the phone, you still feel the actual material of the phone. You use the buttons of the phone, the camera control of the phone, and of course there's no cutouts because it doesn't cover any of that section of the phone. It's quite a unique one. I don't know how many people would actually use something like this, but if you're after something to just cover the back of the phone, the Nomad leatherback might be the option for you. Now, that was all the cases I had. If you've got any recommendations of cool cases that you use, let me know in the comments box below. Again, all the links, discounts, stuff like that will be in the description box below, as well as the comments box, as well as some alternative cases as well, if you want to go and check it out. As always, I appreciate you watching. If you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel, like the video, hype the video if the option comes up. Why not? And I appreciate you watching. I'll catch you on the next one.